Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, Engineer Gbenga Komolafe, has directed Chevron Nigeria Limited to resolve all disputes with 3 of its protesting host communities within 2 weeks. The communities, which are in Warri South local government area, are Ugborodo, Ugboegungun, and Deele. The communities are protesting the non-implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, by the oil multinational as it concerns recognition of their host community development trust and the constitution of its board of trustees. This directive by the NUPRC to Chevron is the second in 3 months after the oil major ignored similar directive from the regulating agency. In the last 4 months, Ugborodo, Ugboegungun, and Deele communities in Warri South local government area of Delta State have been at daggers drawn with oil companies operating in their area. Their grouse is the non-implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, as it concerns the recognition of their host community development trust and the constitution of its board of trustees. The communities were also objecting to the oil firm's preference for dealing directly with their traditional ruler against the stipulations in the Petroleum Industry Act. To drive home their point, the community had staged a protest in September, which was called off after the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, waded into the crisis and directed the oil firms to comply with the PIA in dealing with host communities. While the other oil firms complied, Chevron Nigeria Limited ignored the directive of the NUPRC. This situation necessitated another round of protests by the communities, where they occupied Chevron's facility in Escravos for 1 week. To resolve the stalemate, the NUPRC once again invited both parties to a tripartite meeting at its headquarters in Abuja. This time around, the NUPRC decided to talk tough by directing Chevron to within 2 weeks resolve all matters with its host communities as stipulated in the PIA. Some of the directives from the NUPRC to Chevron include the convening of consultation meetings with the host communities with a view to agreeing on a proper delineation and the naming of the Host Community Development Trust Fund and the recomposition of the Board of Trustees. Chevron was further directed to comply with all instructions from the NUPRC within 2 weeks and report back to the regulatory body. This, no doubt, is a victory for the host communities, but it, however, remains to be seen if Chevron, which had earlier flouted the NUPRC directive, will comply this time around.
Inside the Niger Delta,